I guess no one else is going to get on. So I won't keep you all night since I know everybody's tired. And we have to get rolling for the month of September, right?
Yeah.
So the cup, we didn't do bad. I mean, August was like pushing a rope uphill, I have to say. It was like crickets everywhere that you went.
Yeah, it was tough. It was way tougher than I expected it to be.
Yeah. How did you do, Christine? Did you do okay with it, or are you frozen? I don't know how she did because she was on another team in a different group. So,
Oh, okay.
yeah, I think a lot of it had to do with the fact that, you know, not only was everyone going back to school, college kids, you know, going to school, and Summit was in July. So there wasn't anything. We went from such a high in July right into August. There was no break and there was nothing, you know, to really boost it up. So I think that my own personal opinion had something to do with it. How did you make out, Christine? You're back. You were frozen before.
Yeah, I was frozen before. I'm back now. Wasn't great. I ended up kind of succumbing to my fears of inviting, but I am working on that. That's like my big push is to get over this stupid fear of inviting that I have. I started getting out there, but August wasn't a good month for me.
No.
It
wasn't for anyone.
It ended up being a lot crazier, like life-wise, than I thought it was going to be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. I know.
Life happens.
I understand. So, we're starting a new month. So I've got some ideas. I don't know if you guys had listened to the call last night with Katie Pivovar on our Dream Team call.
I have not yet, but I will.
It was a very good call. And it was basically about volume, and that's what a lot of everyone's been asking about lately and talking about lately, the personal volume and driving up that personal volume. And Melanie's been talking about that a lot too, because you'll see on Thursdays that she will post people's names that reach 500 personal volume points or above on that board. So that's something that I have always aimed for, because I always wanted to see my name on that board. And Lindsay Matway had always posted that as well, and she was top coach for a couple of years. And whenever I saw my name on the Bombshell board, I was like, oh my God, this is awesome. Lindsay Matway knows my name. She doesn't, but she did. You know, I was on it. So that was something that I always strive to do. Plus, I knew that I was not only generating income, but I was reaching out and, you know, meeting new people. And, you know, even if they weren't buying Shakeology on Home Direct, they were sales of programs or anything else that they purchased throughout my Beachbody site. That stuff adds up. Those little programs and everything, even the Shakeology sampler packages, those add up. So what I want to do this month is, in between our challenge groups, is I want to create an event and put all of you guys in there. And that will be a place where you can add your people to. And I want to do a 10-day drop a pant size group that has the Shakeology sampler package included. That's the requirement. In order to do that, they have to purchase that sampler package.
Okay.
And I think that's going to help not only drive your personal volume, but step outside of your comfort zone, like you, Christine, because a lot of what is difficult is talking about the price, because right away a lot of the price objection comes up. So if there's anyone that you have talked to that was interested or has asked you what you're doing, it's so easy to reach out and say, hey, we're doing this 10-day drop a pant size, or work on your skinny jean fall jeans or something like that. We'll think of something creative. But anyone that you've talked to, if you could go to them and say, hey, Sue, I know you've been asking about Shakeology. You've been considering buying it without, investing in the 30 days or the price. This is a great opportunity to try all the flavors without, investing and not liking it or whatever. And we're doing this 10-day, group in the process. So that will drive up, generate the interest. And then from there, once the 10 days is over, you can roll them into the next group that starts on the 21st. They can incorporate the fitness program or something like that. They don't want to, they could just buy the program, and then they could go move into an our just general accountability group, the Fit and Fierce group, where we're just sharing tips and, motivating each other to work out.
Okay.
But I think that will help, with if anyone has been on the fence, if anyone hasn't placed their order, that's your opportunity to send that personal message and go back to them and say, hey, this is what we have going on. I know you've been crazy busy and it's hard for you to commit to a 60-day group or a 30-day group right now, but I've got a 10-day group coming up. Here's your requirement. For $30, you can try all flavors. Or if
that's good.
If they can't do the whey, they could do the I think it's a 4-pack of
4-pack.
Yeah, but whatever they choose, they have to choose a sampler pack.
That's a good idea. Because I sold a sampler, and I think that she's going to sign up for the home direct. So I'm hoping that she does. I mean, she says she's going to. She was on the whey before, and it gave her really bad indigestion. Now, she said she wasn't consistent with it. I did let her know that you should start with a half scoop, and, gave her different ideas. But she didn't have any issues with the first 2 days of the vegan. And the second day or the third day, she wasn't quite sure whether it was the Shakeology, but her son was sick, so she wasn't quite sure whether maybe she had a bug or something. Okay. But she seems to be liking it, so I'm hoping that she'll take that leap.
Yeah, that'll be great. And the same thing like what I did with size. I just blew up my volume with size. I went after people that I knew, like Zumba or anything like that, and I knew I had approached them in the past about, challenge groups or, doing Shakeology, and they had no interest, but I went after them with size. I said, I know you love Zumba. I know your kids go to dance school. Your kids might enjoy this or whatever, through the summer, keep them active and engaged in dance and everything. And people bought it like crazy. So, as much as we're going after our Success Club points, and you should always aim for at least your 5, if not 10 or more, there's nothing wrong with just, promoting the other products and, or the energy boost or, any one of those things. If you know anyone that would benefit from it, don't be afraid to go out there and, introduce them to it, because that's going to generate sales for you, long-term customers. Hopefully that's what you want. Right. Long-term challengers. I mean, so that's what I'm going to do. So between tonight and tomorrow, I'm going to set up the event that's going to have all the details listed in there of how the group is going to work. What you need to do when you invite these people, like you can go through your entire friend list and just select them all and throw them in. You don't want to do that. Hand pick them. People that you think that might be interested, but you might be afraid to ask for the big challenge pack or whatever. So send them a personal message, say, we've created this event. I'm going to put you in there. It has all the details of our group that's going to take place on this date. It's a 10-day drop a pant size where you're going to, we're going to give you recipes, meal plan, tips to stay on track, everything, but it's just condensed into 10 days, and your requirement is your Shakeology sampler packet. They have to become your customer. So they have to sign up for that free membership, and then they, have to order that Shakeology sampler packet. either one right off the bat, but they have to be your customer. So you have to keep track of who you invite and check in there daily, because it's going to get overwhelming with the amount of people that show up.
Okay.
Then towards the end of the month, what I want to do is what was on the team call last night was Katie Ersta had talked, Katie Pivovar had done, I don't know how many you get thrown into these events or parties, these Jamboree parties, Lash parties, whatever online parties that are happening all the time, the 31 parties, but I'm in like a ton of them. And she gets thrown into a lot as well. So her thought process was an end of summer beach body party, where she created an event again and personally invited hand-selected people that she wanted to introduce Beachbody to. And each day she talked about the products. One day she talked all about Shakeology. One day she talked all about the performance line. One day she talked about all the fitness products that would be good for beginners. One day she talked about all the fitness products that would be good for advanced. And she gave the breakdown, because you could find that online in our back office. So it was it was 5 days worth of information on everything Beachbody, even the skin line that they have, the derm exclusive, everything that you could think of. She condensed into 5 days, and I have the actual script that she had used as well. So I want to do that. She also hosted a raffle every day, which was really cool, which we could do for both groups if you wanted to do that as well. Like one day she gave away, on Shakeology Day, she gave away a couple of Shakeology packets with a shaker cup. On the day she talked about the performance line, she gave away the sample package of the boost, or whatever, the performance, not the boost. One day she gave, those free little DVDs that you get in some of the programs. She and her coaches went through some of whatever they had on stock. Like, I've got a bunch of them that I don't even use. And she gave away like a free Turbo Fire or free something else, so if one was for the beginner, one was for the advanced, and they generated a lot of rollovers that rolled into their challenge groups now, and some people were signed as coaches off the bat and stuff like that. So I think that's a great way to talk about Beachbody, because a lot of people don't know Beachbody.
Right.
So those are two things that I'm going to incorporate into our month. And I'm going to see where we could squeeze it all. Looking at the calendar right now, I'm thinking that it will be a lot if we do if we set up to do the week of the 7th to do the 10-day group, like if we set it up midweek with a 3-day preseason and then went into the following week of the 14th, then they can roll into the 21st, the 60-day group.
Okay.
They wouldn't need to have a program right off the bat. They could, order their program as long as they had it, because that's all preseason week. So as long as if we finish the group on the 18th, then they would be fine to order their program and get it during preseason week. And if they didn't, then they would get the free trial of Beachbody On Demand. So the program that they purchased, they could go online and get all the information, the meal plan, and try out the workouts, because they would be there anyways. So
yeah,
the only thing they wouldn't have in hand is their Shakeology, which would come no later than Monday if needed. So that's what I think that's what we're going to do.
That sounds good.
And I think it'll help with the new coaches to help them step out of their comfort zone and not be so afraid to start talking about, the groups, because it's on a smaller scale. But if they could generate that personal volume and see that commission start to come through, that will boost their confidence. And, of course, say, hey, it's not so bad. This is okay, and take it to the next level with the challenge groups.
Yeah, because it's much easier to try to convince yourself that you can convince somebody to spend $30 as opposed to $150,
Right. And people don't know what the challenge groups are. They think they don't have time for it, and they're going to have to commit to all this time. So it'll give them a little preview as to what it is.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I've realized that just over the past few months that so many people they're like, that's such a major commitment. And I'm like, no, you really just have to check it once a day. I'd like for you to interact. However,
exactly.
That's not always feasible all the time for everybody. So,
right.
Yeah. So I'm hoping, no, that sounds like a really good idea to generate just interest, really. And I like the idea of that, the end of Beachbody party as opposed to like a sneak peek, into coaching. It's not really the same thing because the sneak peek is just definitely all about the coaching aspect of it. But at the same time, I'm sure you can always touch upon that, within that 5 days of everything Beachbody.
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah, I thought about the sampler. I just actually did the graphic for it yesterday. I think I did it. But part of the volume that I'm going to order for Dustin this month is going to be one of those samplers. And I'm going to do like over the weekend, do some sort of like giveaway. It's like I put together like a mini workout. It's like a burpees and booty workout. It's just a quick workout a quick circuit, as many rounds as possible in 20 minutes. And, comment done and post a sweaty selfie, and I'll enter you in to win, this performance line pack. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, absolutely.
I was trying to get creative.
Oh, I know. And the most interest that I always had was when I did giveaways, like I would use Max. I'd have him hold up, a couple of a couple of packets of Shakeology, and I'd be like, guess his favorite color. The first, 5 people to guess his favorite color, get to try Shakeology. I'd have 100 hits on it. I'd have a ton of stuff. I did it during the winter when there was nothing going on, or I'd be sitting there and we'd be sitting on the floor doing ABCs. Guess his favorite letter, and you can win, the shaker cup. Guess this favorite color. Get, anything to just, because I was trying to do work on top of, stuff with him. So I always engaged with him and then would use, because they loved his face.
Yeah, right.
They love kids. Everybody loves to see the kids. So I was like, I used that aspect of everything. So that's where we're going with the month of September. So in between our challenge groups and our push groups. Now, Christine, you want to do the push to Emerald, right?
I do, yes.
Okay, so you have to invite. You have to push. This is going to be a big push for you. So you have to step outside your comfort zone. Start small. Start with people that you know. If anyone that you're comfortable with, that you feel comfortable talking about Beachbody with, anybody that likes your pictures or comments on your pictures, say, thanks for the like. I love doing this. Would you be interested in learning what I'm doing? I'd love to share. Most people say yes. As soon as they say, I'd love to share, they're like, okay, whether they want to hear it or not. I think they feel bad. They don't want to say no. I've had people say no. It happens, and that's okay. No is not a bad word, because no is never forever. Trust me. Unless they delete you and block you. I've had that happen. But hey,
I'm still waiting for that. I've noticed recently a few people have unfriended me because you don't know when you get unfriended,
Right.
until you like just happen to run across them somewhere.
Or
You
they
know,
pop
like
up in your friends you might know, and you're like, wait a second.
I know, right? And I
I
was like,
know.
wait, I thought we were friends. It's even more weird. Like this happened to me with just a Facebook friend that I went to high school with, but I didn't even realize that he had unfriended me. And but our kids play football together, so we like still kind of like see each other, like I don't know, 4 days a week or something. So it's just like it's really weird. But see, I'm like, dude, you unfriended me on Facebook. What's up with that? Like, I don't like you can't be friends with me on Facebook. You will strike up. Like he'll come right up to me and strike up a conversation. Like if I unfriend you on Facebook, I'm typically not going to talk to you in real life
Right.
either. There's
Well,
a reason.
I also think people don't realize that you can still be friends with someone and not have to see what they're posting.
Right.
Yeah,
Like,
that's true.
I have a few family members that I just can't handle having all their junk on my page. So they're my friends on Facebook, but their posts
Right.
don't show up on my wall. Like
Yeah.
one of my friends
That's
was
a
like,
fairly new feature, though.
I can't stand seeing sweaty selfies all over. I'm like, well then unfollow me.
Unfollow me.
Mhm.
I'm like, it's the only way I can keep myself accountable. So deal with it.
I know. I have many friends on Facebook that will post something to other friends, but it shows up on my feed, and it's always some kind of joke about your friend being, showing sweaty selfies or something like that. I'm like, you know what? Whatever.
My favorite is, you can actually work out without posting about it on Facebook.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I know, but I like to post about it on Facebook.
And truthfully, like honestly, for me, I don't think I ever would have gotten where I did in my weight loss if it were not for social media. Like I literally used that as my crutch in the beginning. Like that's the whole reason I started my Instagram account, was to like just simply connect with people who were fitness minded, so I could go there and know that I would like find some sort of inspiration. Someone was telling me not to suck today.
Right.
So I just am like, you know what, you hate it, but that's cool. Like I have this one friend, Chris, he's like, I can go to the gym and work out. Like you can look at him and tell he takes really good care of himself. He's absolutely ripped, but like he doesn't ever talk about it, and that's fine. Like, he does talk about his job. So
Right.
that's, to each their own, I guess. But yeah.
Absolutely.
It's my best accountability because I have people on my Facebook that I know follow my workouts, and when I don't post anything for her, they're like, "Are you not working out anymore?" And I'm like, "Yeah, about
See? Now those are the people you need to reach out to.
Yeah.
Yep.
Those definitely are the ones.
There's nothing better than, like, for instance, I saw a girl who, I was in Walmart. We were actually school shopping, and I ran into a girl I hadn't seen since high school. And in high school, she was overweight. And I just, she's actually a mother of 5 now. So she continued that battle into adulthood. But we were Facebook friends, and I hadn't actually seen her in person. And she's not overly active on Facebook, but I barely recognized her because she had dropped like 60 pounds. And she like broke down in tears and told me, and this was last year, so this is even before I was coach, but told me that part of the reason why she lost her weight is because she follows what I do on Facebook. And I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? Like, I had no idea. So that's like the best thing ever.
That's how I started Beachbody in the first place. Emily Metastar, her and I have known each other since we were in kindergarten, and I started following her on Facebook, and she dropped so much weight. She's lost so much weight over the past year and a half, and I was like, yo, I gotta do something. And she was like, hey, you want to do the fix? And I was like, yeah. I was that person that she was like, hey, I'm doing this group, you want in? I'm like, yeah, tell me where I gotta sign up. I don't even need to know the details.
See?
That's
what you need to do.
So ready.
That's what you need to do with your people.
I haven't looked back. Exactly.
Yep.
How about that friend of yours, Liz? Any chance that she'd be interested in being a coach?
I actually have talked to her about it. She's actually going through a really difficult time in her marriage right now.
Mm-hmm.
So she is having trouble seeing the light. But we do talk about it just about every single time that I see her.
That's good.
And we go for coffee about once a month. So it's always talked about. So eventually,
Yeah.
like, I can tell that she's definitely intrigued and interested by what I do. She just doesn't see it for her right now,
Right.
where she is in her life. So I can respect that. You know,
Right.
when she is ready, if she is ready, she'll come to me. So
Right. Cool. Very good. Did you guys see the promotions for this month? Pio and the
yes,
Pio
Pio's back. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you have
I'm
anyone
excited about that.
interested in Pio and, after Labor Day, really kicking it up a notch with the Kickstart program, that's an awesome opportunity to take advantage of that 3-day refresh. So, everyone's going to be indulging in their hot dogs and hamburgers and everything else this weekend one last time. So I'm sure quite a few libations as well. So yeah, definitely, talk about that. And then what we receive for Success Club, that bundle, the P90X bundle.
That's insane.
I know.
Yeah. Is that for Success Club 10 or just 5?
It's 5 and 10.
Are you kidding me? Wow.
No.
I definitely want that.
Yeah,
All right.
actually, Melinda made a
Sure.
graphic and stuck it in her group. I'm going to steal it and I'll post it into ours. And
I know, I saw that and
Okay.
I was like, oh my God, we were just talking about this program last week.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's pretty
Literally
amazing.
just talking about this.
So is I don't know much about Pio other than it's like Pilates, yoga, fusion, and it's no weights, no impact. So it's definitely considered a beginner program.
Well, it is beginner. Yeah. Well, you know what? There's a great modifier in there. And actually the girl will tell you that
Okay.
she's got back issues. So a lot of what she does is she'll use a chair and stuff.
Oh, okay.
It is very so you have your modifier. It's not easy. You sweat like nobody's business.
Yoga is hard. I mean,
yeah.
and so is Pilates. So, I mean, those are two definitely like things that I definitely enjoy. And
It's very fluid.
But I just, yeah, it's I was thinking, my dad actually, he actually was released from the hospital today, but he spent the last 2 days in the hospital, and he's now type 2 diabetes.
Oh, no.
His blood pressure is through the roof, and they had to put 2 stents in his heart because one was like 90% blocked and the other one was like 75% blocked. So he's got to make some major changes.
Yeah.
But he has a torn rotator cuff that cannot be repaired with surgery. Even if they would go in and do surgery, they don't think that they would be able to repair it. And since it's such, like, my husband had his rotator cuff repaired and it took him literally a full 18 months before and that's like with rehab.
Wow.
To get the full use of his shoulder back. So my dad's, 62 years old. He's just not willing to do a surgery. So I was wondering if it would be something that he would be able to. I don't think he has any problems strength-wise in that arm, like being in like the plank position. It's, he can't do anything that requires him to lift anything over his head. So that eliminates just about all of our Beachbody programs.
Right.
Because, there's, and I know that, he can modify just about everything, but I was hoping that Pio would be that thing that would do it for him.
Do you have on demand?
No, I don't yet. I have to get it.
Oh, okay.
Is that full program in there, or is it just the one workout, right?
One workout, yeah.
I think I did that one workout when I had it. I don't remember it though. I'll have to double check. Katie Hoffman has Pio. She's got like 12 Beachbody programs. It's hilarious, actually.
That's awesome.
But yeah. So I'll have to do some more digging into that because I'm trying to get him on Shakeology.
He should definitely start with that.
Yeah, and I'm like, everything that ails you right now can be complete. Not that you can solve your heart problem now with
Right.
diet and exercise, but you can certainly help. I mean, his blood pressure was like 180 over 125,
Wow.
like something astronomical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy.
And I was like, yeah. So I'm like, you definitely. So he met with a nutritionist, but honestly, she's sitting there. I was really frustrated with her because she was talking to him about like low fat and non-fat foods and how he needs to incorporate stuff. And I flat out told her, I was like, listen, no offense or anything. I know you got some certifications and some degree from some college that tells you that you know what you're talking about, but you are stuck in 1994. That stuff is not good for you. And it would be probably in all of your patients' best interest for you to stop giving them poor advice and to go brush up on your nutritional skills.
Did you
And
tell
she
her?
like literally, absolutely, I just couldn't take it anymore. Had gotten to my threshold, and I was like, she's really like completely pursuing this. Like, this is the advice that she's giving to him. And you know what blew my mind is he didn't get to eat for a long time because of all these tests and because he had to be sedated. And then they bring him a meal on white bread with 2 muffins in there. And I'm like, you just diagnosed him with type 2 diabetes and you're going to give him a muffin in white bread. What is wrong with this picture?
Seriously. That's insane.
Why? I know, it's absurd. And he didn't quite, because he doesn't grasp the nutritional concept of it because he doesn't know.
Right.
And he's like, I don't understand why you're getting so angry. And I'm like, because they're not trying to help you. Like,
No.
they're not helping you.
Hospitals are the worst food ever.
Oh my gosh, I was so irritated. And yeah, that nutritionist, I should snap a picture and post it on Facebook or her face because her jaw just dropped. And I mean, I said it in the like most nice way possible. I was like, no offense, but
You should write a post about it. You should definitely write a post about it.
Yes, I should. I was so frustrated with her. And she was just like, oh, okay, well. I'm like, yeah, I think he'll be getting his nutritional advice from me from now on. And I don't have a degree in nutrition. So
exactly.
We'll stick to our butter and whole milk.
Yeah, right? Oh my
God. Yeah, so. All right, so PIO. Okay. So I just have to brush up my PIO knowledge.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm sure if you YouTube some stuff, you could definitely find some snippets of the workouts.
Oh, and I also like the Facebook PIO page. I'm sure there's good info on that PIO page too, because they show up on my newsfeed a lot. So I'll have to, because I like the Body Beast page has good stuff, and the Shakeology page has good stuff too. So
yep, very good. All right, do you guys have any other questions?
No, I don't think so. I think I got all my bases covered.
So I'm going to post this call in our group, but I'm also going to make a video about the 10-day drop of pant size. And so everybody can watch that without having to watch the entire video if they're pressed for time. And I will tag everyone once the event is open and ready to go, so you can start adding your people, and definitely start talking or going through your friend list and deciding who you're going to invite.
Okay. Yeah, because I kept a separate list of people who gave me price objections about Shakeology and others who, had even expressed remote interest in it. So I just kind of have this Shakeology list. So that will be good for that 10-day group. All right. Sounds good.
Okay. All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I'll talk to you guys later.